Good morning and welcome back. This is Heartbeat of the Timbavati. We made it back into the lock of the Mayanbula pride with the Skorro pride males. They're looking quite formidable this morning. Quite lucky to see them with their heads up. It's just past 6 in the morning. It's already quite hot. You can see the animals panting, and right up ahead of us in the distance we can see a few cubs that's closer to the giraffe carcass. So another follow-up sighting of the giraffe kill that they made. Yeah guys, so these two males, they've spent a lot of time in that southeastern region in the last couple of weeks, so they went a bit AWOL. We didn't see the pride for a while. They were out of our reaches, but they do rotate back to their place of origin here close to the Mashatun River. Well, it's great to see the two Skorro brothers looking in prime condition. Tip-top shape. No visible injuries or limps. We did see them moving last night. That's always great if you see the pride males looking good, in great condition. It adds to the overall success of the pride, obviously, for them to cover territorial boundaries at night and possibly fight off rival males or nomadic individuals moving in. It does seem like all the different litters are in the area. There's another youngster approaching of the latest litter, quickly coming to greet his dad. So sweet to see the patience of these males with their young.
With the music eye on Rockfig Safari Lodge access.
About 20 meters from the males is one lioness. The cubs also swinging by there to go greet. We got a little bit of a roadblock. Two of the cubs is right in front of us on this dirt track or two-track. You're watching the carcass from a distance. I see the rib cage still intact, but with the rest of the cubs and lionesses joining, I bet they put a fair dent into that kill. Out of the initial 8 cubs that you saw in episode 51, you believe it's almost a year ago, we've come so far and they've done so well raising the cubs. It's a total of 17, but only started counting 16 with the latest litter being depleted to only 5 from the initial 6. An area they know all too well, the Mashaton River. That's where the majority of these cubs were actually born, guys, down there in that ravine, so the lionesses know where they're walking here. So leading them to a point of safety and some good shade for the rest of the day. They're going to probably sleep down there in the river on that cool sand. So the Skorro boy is very patient with this cub, feeding with him. Obviously looking out for the offspring for his future. But he won't show the same patience towards lionesses or his brother when there's little meat left like that. But now things are warming up, folks. So these guys might head off to the closest shade and completely abandon the carcass. See the shadow of a vulture moving closer. The whistling beat of their flapping wings coming closer now. It's just this male lion chewing on some of the stomach remains. Yeah, the contact calls of the juvenile towards the lionesses that move to the ravine. Gonna join up there. So the first of the vultures approaching. A hooded vulture. You can see how pinkish or reddish the head is, typically during the breeding times or breeding season now in summertime. Their heads turn quite pink, and just below him is the majestic Skorro males.
I think I understand the phrase the lion's share now. They take the most. Spaghetti noodle.
Spaghetti noodle coming from the back here. Thanks for adding that, Max. Now I'm looking forward for breakfast later on. You don't often see the lions feeding on the intestines. Typically they want to drag it out of the way and maybe scrape soil over it so that the scent doesn't linger. The Skorro male's in absolute prime shape. Right, the next best thing, like I've mentioned, guys, there's enough meat for this boy to maybe hang back and stick around, but he doesn't want it to be so exposed, so you might want to drag it under the shade of a tree. Let's see. Another hooded vulture moving in, sitting a mere few meters from the king. Yes, that's the head and neck area. It was biting around the neck there as if he wants to move it over, just to flip it over, possibly wanting to drag it under a tree. Skorro power that you see there. He's breathing quite heavily after that sitting or feeding and dragging the carcass there a bit. Obviously the sun beating down on his body. The Skorro boy will do very well in a rope pulling contest. Extreme power. Well done. Perfect in the shade of a tree. Later on the lionesses and the cubs can come back for some scraps if they want. But he's probably going to sleep next to that kill in the shade. A lot of white-backed vultures also moving in to come and finish the scraps. One actually with a yellow tag there. And big boy is moving off. One of the Skorros, he is moving. Just behind the vehicle there. Another Rockfig station on lock. What a sighting from start to finish. This lioness came running in from a distance to chase off all these vultures. So you can see they're quite content to keep hold of the remains there. It's about our time to let these cats be. The majority of the Mayanbula pride has moved out to the Mashatun River. This female's going to assist on pulling that giraffe a little bit deeper into the shade of that tree. But what a fabulous sighting. I'm so happy to be able to share this with you. Some of the lions a little bit uncertain if they want to leave this area. We are not complaining. It was the first time we got to see this youngster this morning out in the open. Yeah, another one of the youngest approaching. It looks like this younger lioness is leading her cubs towards the carcass, where one of the older lionesses has moved into. Perhaps she wants to let the cubs feed in her last little bit. Alright, does look like this lioness might take her cubs back to the ravine. And now it's quite late and it's warming up. Right, that was definitely a memorable sighting. I'm always happy to share it with you wherever you find yourself in this world. Until the next time we meet, stay safe and cheers for now.